Would you choose training over an online program or coach? This is a question we get a lot. I get it mostly from family, friends, neighbors. They say, why do people choose training over just going to the gym themselves? It's a lot cheaper to go to the gym yourself, or buying an online program, or using AI these days. And it's a genuine curiosity that they come at this question with. And so the answer is really has three parts to it. Online training, whether that's figuring it out yourself, buying a program, getting a coach online, can be really useful for some people. In fact, online programming, where you go and buy a program, is a tool that we recommend people use a lot when they're moving. So if we have members that are moving away and they can't physically come to the gym anymore, we recommend that folks go to one of a couple of places that we really like the programs. We say, just go buy a program. It'll give you great structure. And if you've already been at a gym like this and you've been working with us or somebody else, then you probably know enough to make use of those programs. When it comes to choosing between them, though, for somebody, when it comes to choosing between training and online programming, here are the three things that are really different. The first is the accountability. Even if you have an online coach, accountability is much easier with in-person training because we're actually waiting physically for you in the gym when you go to work out. Your online coach probably is not waiting for you in most cases on Zoom, or waiting for you obviously in the gym because they probably don't live where you live. If you find a training partner, that's a great find, but it requires you to both be as motivated as the other one so you can keep each other accountable. Otherwise, you have to stay accountable to yourself. So accountability is a big thing that comes with in-person training. We can text you when you're not here, at the end of the shift, in the middle of the session you were supposed to be here for. We can text you at the end of the day. We can even text you the day before and say, hey, don't forget, you get a session tomorrow. And so reminders, check-ins, texts, those things are much easier to do, especially for us when it comes to in-person training, because you're actually coming here to work with us physically. The second thing is that coaching in person is much better than you can usually get online. And here's the reason why I say that. If you DIY or use AI or buy a program, there isn't any coaching with that, obviously. So it's on you to make sure you know how to do things, which probably involves going back to YouTube or maybe videoing yourself, but still needing to know what to look for when you take a video like that. And so it's useful, works better if you're a little more experienced. Online coaching, in most cases, you'll be able to talk back and forth with your coach. And so you'll be able to send them videos of you doing things. But here's why in-person coaching is much better. In-person coaching doesn't select for one set. In-person coaching watches every single set that you do. We watch all the movements you do. We watch how you foam roll. We watch how you warm up and do your warm-up stuff. We watch how you do all your strength work. We watch how things change when we change implements firsthand, right here in the middle of a session. So if we change implements or we change rep ranges or we tell you to change your grip, all of these things, we can watch how those implementations change the movement. And that's why in-person coaching is so valuable, because when we can see everything, it builds this really, really big mental file of how you move. And so when we go to write a program, we can write something sort of being able to predict how it's going to work when we put it into practice. And the third reason that in-person coaching is really valuable is the community. You can create really good community in a lot of ways when it comes to fitness. You can be in online communities. You'll certainly make connections if you have an online coach. It's not too hard to find other exercisers if you go to the gym on your own. Maybe find some friends, like I said, find some training partners, people that you can just count on being there and say hi to. That's a really nice thing about a gym community. It's certainly something that I think creates benefit to even a low cost, sort of commercial gym versus working out on your own in your house. Just being able to say hi to a few people you see all the time is nice. But community in a training gym, an in-person training gym, is vastly different. The reason for that is because obviously you develop a relationship with the trainer right away. You probably develop a relationship with the other coaches. And then if you're working in any sort of group structure, you're probably going to develop a relationship with all of the people that you're working out with. And you may even develop relationships with people that are, floating around that maybe aren't in your hour, in your workout. You don't see them that much. But you might develop relationships with those people. And then those people will say, where is so-and-so when you're not there? There's a lot more opportunities to create those connections when you're in person. So when people ask me, hey, why do folks just not do it on their own? It's not just about the sort of the budget or wanting to be able to do it in your house. There are a lot of tangible benefits to the in-person training, and that's one of the reasons why and those are some of the reasons why it's so valuable.